I see you're rocking the KC Heart shirt. You must be really fired up about what you're seeing out of the current Kansas City Royals, George.
Yeah, it's crazy. Last year they won 56 games all year, and this year they've already won 56. They went out and got some veteran pitchers, which has really helped. And Lugo and Waka, Cole Reagan's coming into his own. Brady Singer's pitching well. Young guy Alec Marsh is pitching pretty good, but we might have one of the best young players in baseball in Bobby Witt, and he's been on fire lately, and just a great guy, a great competitor. The Royals signed him to a really long contract, and hopefully he'll be able to finish his career in Kansas City. He's something really special. You know, we had young guys come up before, and Moustakas and Hosmer, and boy, you think these guys are going to be Royals forever. Well, it doesn't happen. This guy is the best young Royal player I've ever seen in my life.
No kidding.
Yeah, he is unbelievable. For what he can play shortstop, he runs the bases extremely well. He plays hard. He stretches singles into doubles, doubles into triples. He's unbelievable shortstop, hits for power, hits for average, got a great arm and covers a lot of ground. I mean, he's a 5-tool guy. He's fun to watch. And like last year, Rich, I'll be honest, I bet I went to 25 home games. I bet I've already been to 40.
No.
And we have 20 months to go.
No kidding.
And I will not. He's like Bo Jackson. I will never go to the bathroom, never turn my back, never get in a conversation when he's sitting. I watch. And he had just last week, he had 3 games in a row or 4 games in a row with 3 hits in a row. And then he got a double his first at bat yesterday, drove in a run. And then yesterday he got 3 more. So right now in the second half, he's probably 12, 13 for 16 or 17 in the second half, and playing the best shortstop I've ever seen.
So you just mentioned George Brett here on the Rich Eisen. You just mentioned Bo Jackson's name. What's the most amazing thing you personally witnessed Bo do, George?
Oh God, the throw in Seattle, baby, throwing out Harold Reynolds at home plate. Some of the home runs. I was in his batting practice group before games, and just being in awe of how far he could hit the ball. But the one thing that I couldn't get anybody to try, and we had a game in Baltimore, and he was playing center field, and he was running full speed to left center. He caught a ball backhanded, kinda, and was 5 feet from the fence. Didn't want to run into the fence. Didn't want to slide. So he just kind of jumped up and ran along the fence and jumped off and landed on his feet. And took about 3 steps on the fence. And the next day in batting practice, I'm out there, and I was going to try it. And then I said, I would go up there, I'd put 1 foot on there, and I'd fall down, break my arm, and never play again. So I said, if anybody will do this, I'll give them $100. We couldn't get anybody to do it. Nobody.
Well, you know, I read the recent biography on him by Jeff Pearlman, and just was one page after another, just stunned by the stories that people tell. And this is before, you know, George, there were phones, and before there was anything that could actually record this stuff, and how the stories are kind of like fish stories. They get bigger and bigger and bigger, but they're all true when it comes to Bo.
Yeah, it's amazing. I used to go to all the home games in L.A. when he played for the Raiders, and I would be on the sidelines. He made sure I was on the sidelines, and I was at the game when his hip came out of socket and went back in against the Bengals. And it was the far sideline, and he came back, and I walked over to him, and he was sitting on the bench, and he was in some pretty good pain. I said, "You all right?" He said, I'm not good. My hip came out of socket and went back in." And so I was talking to their team doctor, because they trained in El Segundo, where I grew up and went to junior high. They bought my junior high school. And my family had a restaurant down in Manhattan Beach at the time, and they all hung out there. So I knew a lot of the Raiders and front office, Al Davis, Al Ocasel. I knew all those guys. And so I go up to the team doctor, and I said, "Yeah, Bo said his hip came out of socket, went back in." And the doctor said, "That's impossible." Guess what? With Bo Jackson, nothing was impossible. So he was amazing.
You were there that day, huh, George?
I was at the game. I went to almost every home game.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.